Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are going to be kicking off the broadcast here soon, but a quick thank you to both Bloberov as well as Nick. Nick gifting a sub to Flapser. Huge shout out to Flapser doing some good art and graphics for the community. Massive shout out. And also, of course, Nick and Bloberov. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate the support for the channel. Again, I record those donations and I've kind of just been saving them. I haven't really had time to plan a Revolt Cash Cup RVCC. It's been a long time since we've had one of those, but we've had a lot of money coming in via donations and subs. So if someone cooks something up, let me know. We will be headed into start of the year tournament, week 2. Best lap strategy session here shortly. I will probably give more of a rundown in a little bit, but we could also do it right now. I'm not sure. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves without the lobby 2 people being in here. I'm sure some people will want to go from playing in that to spectating this. But basically, the cars that are available to be driven is the Vulcan Turbo, Aquasonic, Mouse, R6 Turbo, Pest Control, AMW, Cougar, and Humma. My mic is a bit low. Well, it certainly does not look low from my perspective. Is it having difficulties activating or anything like that? Why do you say low? Because it looks fine. I'm in the yellow on my screen. Thank you for letting me know, though. Maybe that fixed it. Okay, so some of these cars are going to be very unique. Immediately, the Mouse comes to mind. Also, Cougar, a very high top speed car. With maybe not the turning's fine. Honestly, it feels great on Cougar in general, but you know what I'm saying. Pest Control, definitely one of those cars that needs to be picked very carefully. Needs to be planned very carefully. The track list is Game Room 2, Elementary 1, Port Lamano EX, Aspenside, Downtown 1, Ranch, Grissville, and Rooftops. So we got an eclectic map pool here. Thank you, Pokers. Shout out to Frost as well. We've also got Top in here. Shout out to you, buddy. Much love to you. If I wanted to sound like a real Twitch streamer, I would say, hey guys, we are in the middle of a hype train level 1. Make sure you get your money into me during this insanely exciting hype train action that you do not want to miss. Okay, that's never worked before. It will probably never work again, but it did work today. I tricked Nick into giving me more money. Huge shout out to Nick. With the sub to Maddie_07. Much love to Maddie. Maddie's racing with us here today as well. Much love to Maddie. Much love to Nick as well. So, if we're looking through, I'm assuming people should be about ready to go. Oh, I do see the music's pretty loud, is it not? Maybe that was what was throwing off the mic volume a little bit. I guess we'll find that out. But regardless, I can go ahead and go check out. We can check out who's in the server right now. By the way, for anybody curious, I test ran the live standings that are going to show on the left-hand side of the screen, and they work perfectly fine. So I know some people were excited to have those back. I wasn't sure if I could make it work, but good old trusty Haiduksek Bints. I butchered that one. They did quite well with having longevity behind that program, so it's really cool to see. But regardless, we have Nick, Bloberov, Kotick, Pokers, Anakin, Laggy Rock, Stingox, V, myself, Lampert, Maddie, Ashen, Kiki, Kilabaris, Makakowski, and Top up in here so far. The Everyone's Ready has been called. If we look through some of our car options, looks like AMW is a popular pick here for this one. We got some pest controls, a number of pest controls. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, we have Frostbitten in the lobby. Is it an imposter though, is the question. I don't know, he's on Zipper. That would be the car that an imposter would be driving if someone wanted to be a Frost imposter. Zipper is not in the carpool this evening. I do hate to break that to him. Oh, he has switched to the AMW. We have got Frostbitten back. It has been so many months since we've had Frost in a server. We are here with the start of the year, turning a new leaf. Frostbitten back in, ready to go. Let's go. We're going to head straight into it with that. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. First race is going to be hello. Okay. Let's get our standings. Oh, it's looking brilliant, isn't it? It's looking absolutely brilliant here. Okay. Let me know if there's any issues with that. I'm assuming best lap is not going to be able to be shown, but it doesn't really matter here. A wreck early on. We got the Nick cam going on. We got Makakowski with apparently a 258 meter lead. Is that correct? That is not correct. That is not going to be correct. It's actually Bloberov out with a 50 meter lead over Top and the rest of the competition. Top rocking the pest control, currently doing exceptionally well with it. Wow, making that pest control work is no easy feat. Oh, he will tap the corner. Kilabaris. We got 13 laps here. Yes, because it is best lap. No, we're gonna need the best lap. What am I saying? I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna need the best lap here. Best lap does not seem like it's going to be especially important. Give me just a moment, y'all. I hate to do this. For some reason, it has frozen. But I think we have too many players to show best laps. That is unfortunate. I'll try to figure out what to do, but for the time being, I don't think we'll have an option available to us. We're just gonna have to look at the best. I guess we don't need this at all over here on the left-hand side. Again, apologies, folks. I really want to try to get this set up. We are in the early laps here, so it should be fine. If I change height, hold on. Hold on, I'm having a crazy moment right now. If I change the height, that will show best lap. And then, wait, I'm not done yet. And then I crop it. And then I crop it. And there we go. Okay, we're back in business. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get this back on the main screen here. Sorry to have to do this live, folks, but it is what it is. We've got Kilobars, Makakowski, Stingox, Kiki, V, and Bloberov is going to be our top 6 for the time being. Let's see how Kilobaris is doing. Let's see what car he's rocking, etc. What is the secret here for Kilobaris? With the Amave. Can be rocking the Amave, like a lot of the field is. Just whipping it through. Of course, I mean, you got to keep in mind, AMW is going to be one of those top cars. So I'd say if you're feeling very comfortable on a track, why not rock the AMW on it, I suppose. For me personally, with my mouse track and my pest control track, I would already have those selected far ahead of time and have practiced up on those. As far as your AMW track, you know, you're feeling comfortable on it, you can usually just rock out on the AMW without a ton of prior practice. Not quite able to compete with the Toyota and stuff, but good in its own right out of this pool of cars. Unfortunately, Kilobars getting cut up there. He still has the best lap. Let's check in on our other best lap holders. Are they all AMWs? Makakowski, AMW. V, AMW. Sting, AMW. Kiki, I believe, is AMW. And Bloberov is also rocking the AMW. How about we check out some of this mouse gaming here? Let's put the camera on Kodak here for a bit. See how he's doing on the mouse. This is a relatively bouncy track. Not the best for a mouse to have bumps, but every track has some kind of bumps somewhere along the way. Yeah, kind of an awkward turn. Nothing too major though. Kodak making that mouse look good. I'm gonna refresh our standings just to be sure that these are updated. Yes, they are. All right, let's check out. Oh, Maddie letting people buy. We got pokers here on the pest control. Let's see how our pest control drivers are making it work. No pressure pokers. Eesh. Just trying to get this hellacious car out of the way as soon as possible. We're about halfway through. Ah, unfortunate drop there. Let's see who else we got. Okay, Kiki and Lampert dueling a bit. Lampert definitely going to be biting the dust there. And again, Kiki actually is no longer in our top 6. It has been taken by Frostbitten, who is also on the AMW. We got Nick as well making his way into the top 6. Stingox moving up to 2nd in that top 6. And let's see how tournament organizer Frost himself is doing right now. Okay. Nice speed. Alright, he is giving up that lap. They're just going to set up. You can see all these cars, you might think, why are they doing this? Well, they want the best possible start that they can to a lap. So, if they have a poor previous lap, they'll just wait. And wait for other people to go. And just try to get the best setup that they can. Let's check out, while we got some time, here's Laggy Rock on the R6. One of our, I believe, 3 R6 Turbo drivers. Sting did just set a new best lap for himself, though. So we're going to see Kilobaris here. He's about halfway through his lap 11. Got a couple more chances at it. Not the best exit there. And I'm assuming that's going to make the rest of the lap pretty impossible for him. I thought he was pretty close, but he disagreed. He's going to take the long route and start a new lap. Now keep in mind, y'all, I'm assuming points are still the same. So first versus second is a large 3-point gap. It's like you pass up 3 people. Kilobaris flips the AMW there, throwing away lap 12. Gonna have one more shot at it. We'll see Sting just now starting his lap 12, wrecking. Okay, I think we'll flip back to Kilobaris, as he just now is starting his lap 13. Final lap for Kilobaris. Trying to pass up Sting. Needs to get 38.250 or below. Looking great so far. I don't know if that was the cleanest second half through the pipe. A bit of a wall bang. Should be. I mean, Kilobaris on the inside. Whipping it through. 37, 38. And it will be. No, it's not quite going to be. I think the other driver had already finished up and needed a 250. Got, I think, a 303 there. We do see the drivers finishing it up. So while they finish up, I'll go ahead and flip through. Oh, we also had Sting. My bad, y'all. But Sting got a 39 there. Nick with a 40. Not going to cut it either. And let's see what we got. 38. I think they're going spec, right? Are these drivers going spec? Frostbitten is going to have one more chance at his best lap. I'm assuming. He is waiting quite a while here. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and flip through. Yeah, you can see, I think drivers have gone into spec. There's a 251 from Sting. I take it back. And here goes Frost, taking off on his final lap. 38.251 is the time to beat. If he got an improvement on his time here, he could potentially overtake a couple drivers as well. Even if he doesn't overtake first. But a tap on the wall will end the run for him. And that will be that. 38.455 for V. 38.303 for Keela. 38.515 from Mekakowski. What a start for V. V for Vendetta. Doing very well for himself. Not quite going to get first, but I think that's a third place for him. Beating out Frost. Beating out Kiki. Top saying both R6 better than every pest control. Wow. Hey, pest control is quite the struggle. And you know what? Let's not just look at our drivers who finished at the top. Those are all AMWs. We do have Lampert getting a 42.326 with his pest control. That is about a 4-second loss compared to taking the AMW, but he gets the pest control out of the way. Ashen 42299, like you rock 41813. So these drivers who took the AMW and got like a 39 or 40, they are not going to be feeling too high. It's tough to get a good measure on what's going on. We got the mouse as well as Maddie. I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm flipping around too much. Still getting a handle on what's going on. But mouse with a 45.337. We also had another mouse. Kotick. 45.854. So as we go to our next track, we'll see a lot of AMWs out of the pool. But those people who chose mouse, R6, or pest control will be able to swap over to the AMW. They can swap over to whatever they like, as long as it's not the car that they just raced here. Nick, swapping over to the Vulcan Turbo. Is that going to set the pace for some of these other drivers? Pokers swapping to the AMW. Anakin on the Cougar. Laggy Rock. Actually, Anakin was on the Vulcan Turbo, I believe, for this track. Now he's swapping over to the Cougar. Stingox rocking the mouse. Elementary 1. I'm trying to think. I don't think that they're mini turn bounces, like where you're jumping and turning at the same time. So I think mouse could be good. Top is going to be rocking the mouse as well. But mostly Vulcan Turbo. And that is something that you see on these strategy sessions is either because they've practiced all the tracks and they just want to go with their best times, and a lot of those people have the same results. Is Honk alive? Incredible. I'm alive and well. I'm happy to report. And look at all those Vulcan turbos. We got Sting in the mix on the mouse. He's likely going to be waiting for some of these other people to go, I'm assuming. Okay. Who just went straight for it? Ashen going straight for it. Top going straight for it on the mouse as well. I do think the mouse is an interesting pick here. It could work out really well. Cutting through. And actually in the lead over the Turbo. Cuts off Ashen. And Top with a pretty good starting lap. I gotta say 28.936 to start off for him. Kiki behind him. As we see our Vulcan Turbos finish up, it's going to be Sting, Kilabaris, Top in third with the mouse, Frost in fourth also with the mouse, and then Kiki and Pokers. No, we're getting some new ones. Laggy Rock. But Top is holding to second place with that mouse. Let's see how Kilabaris is doing. Let's watch him do a lap. Ashen Forrest out in the lead for a moment there. Pokers grabbing that, as well as Anakin with the Cougar. Look at the speed on that Cougar. Sting? Okay, he's going to let him by. Look at Pokers here on the AMW. Let's watch him whip through Elementary 1 for a lap. Got 21 laps here. So this is a bit more of a chill event compared to last week's Chaos. Going to be able to take more individual looks at our drivers. Poker's unfortunate bounce there. And these best laps are getting absolutely chopped down. Poker's at a sub 25 at this point compared to pretty much 28s across the board on the first lap. Lampert starting his new lap with the Vulcan. Gets to cut all the way in the inside, thanks to that low car speed. Gets him a little bit of a shortcut, which I think is part of the reason why so many people chose the Vulcan Turbo here. Okay. We'll watch Frost do a lap. Pokers, he taps the back of Ashen there at the start of his. I want to see Pokers, or I'm sorry, Ashen is driving that Pest Control. He is out there with the third best lap. We'll watch him on the next lap, see how he's doing. Actually, let's go and watch Stingox here on the mouse. Getting that top speed start here. Slows down a little bit with the jump into the turn. Mouse has got to be one of my favorite cars. Tapping as he tries to go on the inside of that shortcut. And that will be the end of that lap. Ashen Forest zipping through. New best lap for him by about 100 milliseconds. Clean start. Does he take it on the inside? He does. Letting the Cougar know. And Anakin does brake for him. Ashen, poised for a great lap. Whoa! Huge lap for Ashen. Ashen is going to be able to hold on to third place. Anakin still out in first with the Cougar. Pokers with the Cougar as well. Anakin. I don't know if this is necessarily a top speed track. I don't know if Cougar's the best choice here. We'll see where the other drivers feel that Cougar's better. Getting that top speed through there, but you see us slow it down. Okay. Let's watch Kilabaris. Kilabaris in 6th place. I believe, yeah, with the Vulcan Turbo. Let's go ahead and watch him do a full lap. We're only halfway through, so there's still lots of time for players to get better laps on the board. We see a very large discrepancy between best lap times that are being shown here because there's just a lot of different speeds being represented. We got Cougar, Pest Control, Mouse, and a lot of Vulcan Turbos in here as well. You can see Sting top on the Mouse. Privyet, Alex Gravity. Good to have you in here. Welcome in. Kilobar is still chilling on that 2.8. He does get dropped down. Frost finding the 2.8, 4, 3.8. And let's watch. Let's tune into Frost here. He's on the Vulcan Turbo as well. Tapping the corner. Okay, we'll find someone else. It's great to have you in here, Alex. Welcome in from Russia. Kilabaris driving from Russia as well. Kilabaris doing very well for himself so far in this match. We've also got Zixi in here. Shout out to Zixi. Welcome in. We do have the camera on Pokers here. Second best lap overall. Doesn't take the full cut. But he is on the AMW. Not quite able to outdo his previous best lap. But doing quite well. That's great to hear, Alex. There's actually an online multiplayer racing scene for this game. You can check out the Discord for it. If you scroll down on this channel a little bit, I'll send you a Discord link when I get a moment. If you want to relive your childhood memories alongside some friends. Okay. So we are getting pretty deep into this race. A lot of racers with about 5 laps left. I wish we could see more. Actually, let's just look at, let's just use the top right and look at their best laps for our Vulcan turbos. 28.697 for Lampert. 29 for Matty. 29, the same time for Matty and Kotick, both of the 29.019. 28.760 for Laggy Rock. 28 for Top. Frost of the 28.488. And here's V with the Vulcan Turbo. I think V is currently our top driving Vulcan Turbo in the lobby right now. And V is someone who shows up to a lot of competitive races. Doesn't necessarily always make as much noise as he is making right now. Some excellent driving in the best lap session. You don't need the same kind of consistency that you may find in an endurance race here in the best lap session. You just need one really good lap. That is proving to be a strong suit for Vendetta. Unfortunately, the tap as he deals with Matty there. The reset for Anakin. He's going to try to set him up for a new best lap. He's got a lot of Vulcan turbos to have to drive around through all of this as he starts his new lap here. Lap 20 of 21 for him. Trying to get around those turbos. Does eventually get around it. Goes on the inside as well. Good setup for him, but going to tap off Kiki. And that will be that. Kiki with a 28.557. Bloberov 28.9. And so far, no one has been able to outdo V as the best Vulcan Turbo in the lobby. And it seems like he's got it locked down with the 28.3980. Unfortunately, he's going to wreck and implicate Kotick in that as well. Bloberov, oh, Kiki bouncing off as well. This could be almost Bloberov getting a new best lap. Poker's finishing up as well. Who is just starting lap? Okay, Kilobar's just now starting his lap 21. Kilobar's has passed up. He did manage to pass up a V for best lap on the Vulcan Turbo. Let's see if he can get a strong final one here. 26, 27, 28. Not going to do it. Barely. Not going to be able to do that. Laggy Rock finishing out. Kotick, Ashen. Sting seems to be just about halfway through his lap. He's going to bounce off. That'll be that for him. Top in the final turns. Almost getting a new best lap for himself. And Frost is chilling. He's got a full lap left to race. Frost is just going to wait for Top to finish out his lap. My bad, Top. Didn't realize that was lap 20 for you. Ah, the wreck, though, in the turn. And it will just be Frost. But he already started his lap! Frost! What are we doing? Oh, he had a spike. He had a random lag spike there. And that will be that. Let's check out our best laps here. 28.524. 28.398 for V. 28.245 for Kilobaris. 28.653 Laggy Rock. 25.638 for Ashen. On that pest control. Trying to make that pest control work. And we're done. 28,488. Not bad for Frost there as well. I will go ahead and send you over an invite to... Oh, invites are disabled. Invites are disabled. All right, so as we head over to Port Lamano EX, is going to be a lot of drivers. I think it was the R6 Turbo was the car of choice. Let's see, Top with the AMW, Ashton with the Mouse, Laggy Rock rocking the AMW as well, Kodak on the AMW, and a whole lot of R6s. Who is brave enough to just start the race? Kodak is. Port Lamano EX. A more difficult version of the regular Port Lamano. Kind of combining them. Not the best weaving through there, but it's going to be all right. Has overall really a little bit on the outside as well, but manages to hold on to his speed, so can't judge too hard. Last turns through here, tricky section. And there we go, on to lap 2. There's only 10 laps here, so only 10 shots. And Kodak does throw away his second shot there with the entryway. Kiki with the R6. Let's see how he does on lap 2. Best laps are coming out. Kiki got the overall best lap. Fighting with Kilabaris here. Kilabaris using him to steady him out. It slows down before the turn. Wallbang. Kilabaris on the overtake. Big turn. The drop. Another turn. Let's see how they weave through. Look at Kiki hopping through. Ooh. Not able to catch Kilabaris with that one. On the outside. Oh my. Kila. Inside on the turn. Kiki cutting hard. Continuing. Look at the speed. Look at the catching. Big moment. Oh, Kilabaris weaves out. That's going to be Kiki finishing it up. Unfortunately, was not able to outdo his previous lap. Laggy Rock will do quite well. Frostbitten as well with the sub 1 minute by about 350 milliseconds. We'll watch him do lap 3. Slowing before the turn. Don't want to wall bang with that R6. Kiki made it look good, I will say. The drop. Beautiful cut. Goes on the outside because he's cool like that. Lines him up for an inside turn. One last big turn through there, preserving that speed. And the final chicane area. Ah, with some bounces. That was looking so damn good for Frost. And Kilabaris spun out. It was an intentional spinning out. It wasn't actually a spin out. He's just trying to set himself up well to start the next lap. We've actually got Laggy Rock in the lead. Check out Laggy Rock. Let's do a lap with Nick here first. Nick 10 seconds into his new lap. Nick is one of those top speed drivers, one of those best lap drivers. Got some competition to weave around. The mouse, gonna be kind of annoying to have to drive around here. On the outside he goes, setting up for the inside turn, gets around the mouse. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work by Nick. Chicane, Lampert blocking a little bit. Should be good to go. 59-1. No, 58. Sorry, 59-7-1-2. That'll put him up there in 4th place as far as best laps go. Let's see who else we got. Let's watch the mouse do a lap here. Mouse is about 15 seconds into his new lap. Tough to navigate through those boxes and such. I think that's, and also a lot of jumps, a lot of bounces. Not the easiest track to navigate with the mouse, for sure. Ash is making it work. Just gotta wall bang that on the outside. Laggy Rock. Ah, Laggy Rock with the AMW. No wonder he was able to do so well with that speed. We'll see Laggy Rock do a lap. 57.573. I think he wants more than a 2-second advantage over the R6. Don't get me wrong, the R6 is a great car. But I think Laggy Rock wants a little bit better than that. Certainly angling for it so far with this lap. Looking great. Oh, not quite going to be able to beat his previous best. It was a solid lap there, though. Lampert trying to get under a minute. Kotick at 58.655. Next lap is going to be on Frost. We're going to see again because he is currently leading the R6 turbos. All right, Lampert slows it down. Actually, let's see Sting. Sting, just now kicking off his lap 7 of 10. And he hasn't been doing too hot on the R6. Not able to break in. We see top 4 listed are all top, or all R6, I believe. Tipping the corner a little bit, should be fine. On the inside for that one. Outside into the inside turn. Solid. Decent setup for the chicane, but okay, he gets into the sub 1 minute category. Not quite going to be able to beat any of our other 1 minutes though, I will say. Kilobaris. We'll do lap 9 on Frost. Once Kilobaris finishes up this lap. Okay, actually we'll do it now. He's going to be starting off lap 9. takes it slow, trying to preserve the speed as he heads into the lap. And this lap 9 is going to be Frost trying to set himself up for the R6 victory. Now, this race is not based on wins. It's based on adding all of your best laps together and trying to get the shortest amount of time spent between them. Welcome in Kippy, tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. 20 months sub to the channel. Thank you so much, Kippy, for your support. So glad that you love this Revolt action as much as I do. Sit down, get yourself a snack, a drink, because we are in the midst of the best lap strategy session. Frostbitten finishing off lap 9, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Ooh, barely going to do it, just that hair better. And it could come down to quite literally just a hair. Let's see, who else should we watch here? Who is just now starting? We'll do Bloberov here. On lap 10. Gonna be tapping off Anakin. We'll flip over to Keela Barson in that situation. See if Keela Barson can't pass up a couple people. I think he's got to pass up Nick, Kiki, Frost. We're weaving between everybody here, trying to get it locked in. It will be an improvement by about 400 milliseconds there. Keela Bar is passing up Kiki, falling short of Frost, yes. Stingux finishing up his last lap with the R6, 57, 58. He's going to get a new best lap for himself by about 400 milliseconds as well. 59.593 for Sting. 59.595 for Keela Barris. Stingux barely besting him there. We got Pokers, 56, 57, 58, 59, 1 minute. And he will get improvement on his race time by about a second as well. Maddie trying to finish up, not quite going to be able to best his. The Mouse finishing up as well. We've got Anakin still finishing out his race. 50, 51, 52, 53, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to beat 102. Hold on. It will by about a second. I was completely off there. Just barely getting over the 102 threshold. And we'll see as Top finishes out his race on the AMW, bumping around, brambling his way through this final lap. Frost says, "We're so Barack." A crazy statement. Absolute crazy statement. We head to Aspenside. Ooh, already got some. Actually, this is looking like it might have the most car variants out of everyone. We've got, okay, we got about 5 mice. We got some R6s. We got a couple Vulcans. So far, Sting and Anakin seem to kind of be on the same page. Well, although Anakin raced a Cougar on Elementary 1. I think he was the only one. But we do have some, we have a good amount of mice. A good amount of Vulcan turbos. Ours, oh, there's some more mice. There's some more mice. It looks like Aspenside is the place to rock the mice. I mean, I'm trying to think of important jump turns. I think there are a couple, are there not? Are there not any important jump turns on Aspenside? I feel like there's got to be at least, like, I'm thinking like the cut. Is that still a thing? I'm thinking about those kind of those pretty sharp turns at the start of the track. But it looks like our top dogs are going with the mouse. Our top cats, should I say, are going to be rocking the mouse. Welcome in, Air 2. It is just an imposter. That is not actually... No, I'm just kidding. That is Frost. Yes, it is. You do indeed see Frost. So is somebody rocking the... Oh, we got a Maddie using the pest control. Oh, my. Maddie. Okay, let's see it. As always, we'll spec who for the first lap, whoever breaks out first. We got 22 laps here, so we can afford to watch everybody once, and at least a couple people twice. Kiki right out the gates there with the mouse. There are the turns. Look at Nick already passing it up, but Kiki on the inside pushing Nick out of the way. The cut is fine. Just got all wheels facing forward before the jump, and good to go. And there's the mouse. No wonder mouse is the car of choice here. Goodbye. Nick is going to get the overtake there, although this isn't going to be the overall best lap for either of them since they were bumping around off each other for a bit. 27.557 started off in the hands of Nick. Already getting passed up here by Kotick. Okay, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 25.703 for Nick. Not a bad start at all. We've got Kotick here opting for the R6, but you know, I'm going to give some screen time to our mice here for a bit. Let's see who's just now starting. Makakowski. We haven't had the camera on Makakowski a ton. I do get the feeling that Makakowski is more... he's less of a best lap driver, but we've still got a number of races left to go. So Makakowski still has plenty of time to perform. If he can perform well in these oddball cars like the mouse and pest control maybe, he could set himself up quite well. 25.902, quite a great lap for Makakowski. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get our lap on pest control out of the way. We're going to be watching Maddie07 try to operate the pest control through these downslopes with the turns, bouncing off of other cars. We're going to watch him do a full lap just because we love the torture of it all. Lap 4 is going to be Maddie's here as he bursts onto the scene into a quick turn. A good execution on that one. V catching him up in the mix, but of course with the turning on the pest control, he's going to be taking that one wide. And here is that drop down. Okay. Actually great. I gotta say, this was a great lap for Maddie. And he'll lock in at 26.319. Not bad at all. Even had some bumps with some of the mice drivers. Nick, we'll watch him. Lap 7. 25.367. Nick is currently very close behind a lot of our mice drivers. V, Laggy Rock, Makakowski, Kiki, Kilabaris. He's all very close behind. But I don't think that this is going to be the lap for him. Indeed, it won't. Flip over to Kilabaris here. Currently has a 25.102, the best out of our mice. We'll see him do lap 8. There it is. Simple as you like it. Wait for the mouse to recover from the jumps before doing any dramatic turning. He does bounce off, unfortunately, there. But regardless, good lap for him. Not going to be a best lap, of course, because he's already got such a great one. But showing how he set that best lap. And I think we'll go ahead and flip over. Actually, we'll wait for him to finish out this lap. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Very close, very close. And let's see what else we got. We got Frost here starting a new lap for himself. Had a rough lap 10, as we saw from the 27 marker there. But he's got a 25.151, trying to catch Kilabaris, who is out of his reach just by about 50 milliseconds so far. $24. 25. It is a minor. Actually, it's a major improvement, but it's just not major enough to be able to catch Kilabaris. Kilabaris maintains a 6 millisecond lead over Frost. But honestly, this lap has been great for him as well. Let's watch him finish this one out. Did he brake too much through that area? 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, another close one. And we'll see, let's see Makakowski here. 25.108 for Makakowski, tied with Nick. Same exact time, down to the millisecond. Beautiful by Makakowski. Did he lose so much time, though, at the tail end? 23, 24, 25. It's close. It's close. These drivers are consistently hitting 25 ones, but not able to improve quite yet. V, 25.113. Doing exceptionally well for himself. He's number 6 best lap overall. I believe number 5 best lap with the mouse. Okay. And you know what? Let's look at our overall race leader. It is going to be Kotick with the R6. See him do a lap. Struggling on lap 15. Oh, and there's a jump. Anyways, we'll watch Bloberov. He has been struggling to catch these other drivers. He's about 800 milliseconds down. Let's see if he can get a good lap here. And then I'm going to flip back to V for a lap. 24. 25 could be a new best for himself. Not, yeah, it will be. Nothing too major. V. The 26.5-ish for lap 15. Dealing with Sting here. Getting wrapped up in that Vulcan turbo. That's not going to be doing anybody any favors. 25.097 for Laggy Rock. Makakowski got a sub 25. Kiki as well. Laggy Rock deciding that that's not going to be his lap. But he doesn't reset. Let's tune into Kiki. $24.856 with the mouse. Far and away the best lap. He will wreck there. We'll watch him do another lap. Kilabar is starting off lap 19 with an over 25. Let's see if he can lock in the under on this one. Bouncing off of Matty, that actually could stabilize him a bit. 22, 23, 24. He's got to get around top. Top slows him down there. It is what it is. It happens. Over to V as he starts lap 20. V has been knocked out of that top 6 by a lot of drivers getting just barely over 25s. V has been pretty consistent with it. 21, 22, 23, 20, not quite. Very close. Makakowski, not quite either. We'll watch him do lap 21. Surely that'll take him out of the running for that lap. Let's watch Frost start his lap 21, getting that sub 25. Barely beating out Kilabaris and Laggy Rock. Kilabaris struggling on the mouse comparatively, but it's very close. It's very close. Frost taking it. I don't know. That doesn't seem like the best setup for him. I think he knows it. 25, about 25.5 on that one. Let's see, who else can we watch? Let's watch Anakin for a bit. Anakin with a 25.722. Not quite. Pokers. Watch Pokers do his lap. 25.263. Not going to be able to beat that. Stingox with the Vulcan Turbo here. I wonder where he's planning to use the mouse. I think Top used the mouse on Elementary 1. He's also using the Vulcan Turbo here. Sting does manage to beat him out. Maddie with the Pest Control. We'll get the pleasure of watching the Pest Control for a lap here. Once he finishes this one. Yeah, this is definitely a Pest Control map. I would say this is one of Pest Control's best maps. As you can see, by the fact that he's actually able to keep it on the road by bouncing it off of the walls. You know, I would say tracks without walls are infinitely more difficult because you can't bump the Pest Control off the wall when you completely lose control of it. Steadying himself with the rock. Stingox used mouse on Elementary 1. Gotcha. Maddie enjoying himself the best that a Pest Control driver can. Alright, let's check out those times though while we get a second. 24.856 for Kiki. 24, let's stay on the mice. 24.927 Makakasi. 24.977 Frost. So only a couple drivers getting at that sub 25. Kilobar is falling a little bit, but he did keep it quite competitive. My guess would still be Kilobaris here. Downtown 1, we've got Cougar, Pest Control. Okay, looks like a couple people have decided that now is the time to bring out the Pest Control. Stingox has been sticking to a unique approach to this, not really being too influenced by what other people pick. Frost, Makakowski, and Kotick will be joining him there on the Pest Control. Cougar looks to be the dominant choice. We got a couple AMWs as well. I'm definitely not surprised to see Cougar come out here on Downtown 1. We'll see how Pest Control works out. I think I neglected to say Anakin is also driving the Pest Control. He's great out there for me, but regardless. Kiki has the best lap on this track. Frost says, time to gamble whole session on this Pest lap. Hype. Okay. I'm curious to see, let's see what other laps are left here with our drivers. They've got Downtown 1, Ranch, Grissville, and Rooftops. I'm not sure where they're planning to drive the pest control. I would assume Rooftops is the plan for people who haven't used pest control yet. Maybe Ranch, but I feel like it's such a long track. You have to drive with it like for such a long time without making a mistake. But maybe that's what they're comfortable with. And then of course Grissville has the grass area. That's kind of a monster to deal with on the pest, in my opinion. People getting that forward momentum here. They want max speed as they start off the lap. Kilabaris going to be the first chomping it off here, except for 4 drivers who chose not to get the top speed to help them out with their first lap. Wow. Oh my goodness. Kilabaris popping off through here. Now he's got to deal with Anakin. Anakin sidelined on the inside wall ride. Yeah, Kilabaris knows this track. Oh my god, the jump. He cut it so close that on our screen it looked like he jumped right into the wall. That is exactly what you want to be looking at. And right away, starting off with a sub 46, 45.798. Exceptionally well done by Kilabaris. We'll watch Kiki for this one. Kiki has the best lap time overall on this track. I don't believe it was done with the Cougar. It is possible. I'm assuming it was done with the Toyota. I felt like a little bit of loss of speed with that wall bang, but otherwise the twists and turns being managed quite effectively. He doesn't immediately go for the wall ride. Doesn't feel any need to, cut corners on that as someone taking a dip into the sewers. Beautiful execution by Kiki. Gotta dodge the cars. Indeed he will. I don't know if that was the most optimal setup, but he just had to dodge the car. 45, 46, 46.326. Going to be beating Kilabaris' best time. No! Kilabaris with a 45.798. That dude is crazy. Laggy Rock doing quite well for himself as well. We'll watch Laggy Rock show off a lap here. You can see he bounces quite dramatically as well, but it sets himself up perfectly for the rest of the turns. Unfortunate there for him. Nick has got to go around Anakin. Poker's going to have to go around. Let's back it up some. Let's tune into V. V is about 18 seconds through his lap 4. Oh, thanks for asking. This is best lap best lap strategy session. There are, I think, 8 cars or maybe 6 cars and the same amount of tracks as there is cars, and you can only race 1 car on each track. Best lap is the only thing that matters here, and at the end of the races, plural, all of the best lap times will be added together, and whoever has the lowest aggregate time will be the winner of the session. Those are the rules. We see V with that 46.402. He's currently out in 4th place, but you know what? I want to break it up here on lap 4, lap 5 with a pest control best lap. We're gonna see Stingox attempting it on the pest control. We'll also check out Frostbitten. These two kind of having a pest control head to head. 49.349 for Sting as he starts his new lap 5. Welcome in Rog as well. Of course, we've got that wall balance by Sting. So tricky to deal with the pest control through some of these spots. But Stingox has got some unique ways to mitigate it, with the ways that he dropped down, taking a specific angle, not turning, minimal turning, tries to set up the best he can there for that area, does lose some speed, but he doesn't wreck. I think that's the best he can ask for. 46, 47, 48, 49, and it will be a best lap for him by 6 milliseconds. So nothing too major, but is his new best lap. Oh, we got Makakowski here on the head-to-head as well. Makakowski not faring quite as well on that pest control. 51.744. See what he sets. And that's not going to be a good lap for him. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 49.824 for Frost. We'll go ahead and check back in on our Cougar drivers. Kilobaris is leading the Cougars with a 45.582. Nick got close to Kilobaris' first lap time, but Kilobaris has since improved on that. And they're the only two drivers with a sub 46. Kiki still trying to get in there with a sub 46. We'll watch out for Nick after Kilobaris finishes up his lap 7. Nick on just now going to be starting his lap 7. Important moment. Wow, Nick actually takes it up so he doesn't get any airtime. I thought it would impact his next turns because they're so close after, but he had a good trajectory for them as well. He just walked straight into the wall ride. 30 seconds. The jump turns. $45, 6, 7, 8 for Nick. Damn. Kilobaris is going off here. We'll watch Kilobaris. Actually, let's catch a new lap of his. See how Kiki's doing. Kiki currently 4th place. Yeah, V, very strong with the 3rd. Maybe should be tuned into V. But Kiki's doing very... Oh, man. Unfortunately, bounce there. It looked like he was set up for a great time. I'm not sure who to watch at this point. We got the Battle of the Pest Controls. Unfortunately, Makakowski not able to improve on his time. Anakin beating out Makakowski. Well done by Anakin. Got that pest control locked in. Frostbitten, terrible start to his lap 9. Sting, it looked like he wrecked on his lap 9. Kind of been floundering here. Well, I've been trying to get the camera on the right person. Oh! Nick getting the sub 45.7 again. 669. But still just can't compete with Kilobaris' 45.513. That's going to be an awkward bounce for him. And we will watch V finish out the remainder of his final lap here. 46.053. Can he get it to a sub 45? Pokers takes a dip. Doesn't want to impact V. Awkward jump for V. Loses some speed through there. That could be the end for his run. To get a sub 45. It really is that simple. 45 and there. Oh, he does. He still gets it. 45.963 for V. Kilobaris holding strong to that. We'll see Nick as he is just now starting out his lap 11. I wish we could tune back in on the pest controls. Maybe we'll have a chance to. But we gotta see if Nick can find a 45. Okay, and that's going to be that. Sting is now... Sting is trying to start off his lap. Look at all this pre-speed that he is getting with the pest control to start off his lap. Ah, Kiki was the one to watch there. Kiki taking out V. There's a bump from Sting as he starts off his lap, even with all that speed. Frost, 49.462. $49.049 for Sting. Let's tune into Frost. Look at that jump. Oh my god. Frost with the tech. This man said, hold on. We are live teching. Beautiful. Wall bang. Maybe lose some speed. Can't get the setup there. Top. Top has not started his lap yet. Let's see it, Top. Top with the 46.971. He's got a lot of room to improve on that. Let's see if he does find the improvements. Okay, wow. Looking exceptionally clean. Gets the chicane. But there it is. And that is going to be it, I do believe. Only one driver still going. And let's look at our best laps. 45.963 for V. Getting the sub 46. Very impressive. Very impressive. But Kiki does beat him out. 45.767. Nick, 45.669. Doing better. But we did have Kilobaris with the 45.513. Insane lap for himself. And as I say insane lap, Frost says insane lap Sting. So let's check out the pest control best lap times. We had Makakowski 49.812. Sting 49.049. So Makakowski did get it pretty to a pretty respectable amount. As we look at Frostbitten's 49.462. So Stingox beating Frost by about a half a second. Frost beating Makakowski by about half a second. He says Sting's lap is 1.5 seconds better than my overall best lap. Wow. I'm assuming with the pest control. But as we go to the ranch, Humma is the pick of choice, it seems, which is shocking to me on a personal level. And this is not the time that I expect to see the Humma brought out. I expect to see the Cougar. Maddie agrees with me on the Cougar. But, you know, when you're the odd man out in a lobby with this much knowledge, and you're not the most knowledgeable person in the room, it does kind of make you think maybe this is the wrong decision. We've got Anakin with the Vulcan, not advised. Aquasonic on top, not advised either. This is going to be a very slow lap ranch. It's only got 9 laps of ranch here. Sting switches to the Aquasonic in protest against me. He switches back to the Humma. Frost says you're kind of forced to Humma here. What was the Cougar track? Cougar was what? No. Where was everyone bringing out the Cougar? Maybe that's an obvious question. It's tough to juggle all these variables. Downtown. The one we literally just watched. Okay, got it. I was like looking through the map pool. I was like, yeah, Downtown 1 seems like it, but we literally just raced that one, so surely I would remember that. But no, I wouldn't. I personally would like to. If it was me, I would have driven Humma on Downtown and Cougar on Ranch. But apparently that is not the move. We'll see. It doesn't look like those. Okay, we got Maddie, who can prove me wrong. Thank you, my rule. Very silly of me. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Anakin starting in the back on the Aquasonic. Interesting. Interesting. And he just goes. He said, you know what? I just go top with the Aquasonic as well. Oh my. Is that even the Aquasonic? That's just a tricky skin, is it not? It is Aquasonic. I'm going crazy. I don't know. I saw the turning. I thought there's no way that's an Aquasonic turning crazily like that. Humma losing its control here through here as well. We've only got 9 laps of this, so it's going to be tough for me to show you all a lot of full laps of people. He is fighting top kit only. Okay. Not much to say here. V with the clean first lap. He chose not to get too much speed. There is the bridge right there, so I can't blame him too much. 112 for him. Looking like a very solid lap to start off for V. Kilobaris will best it by about 2 seconds. If you're wondering why I'm being quiet, I'm literally just sitting here trying to work out why Humma was picked here instead of Downtown 1. I guess it's just because of some of the tricky turns helping out the acceleration more. I guess Cougar performed really well on Downtown 1. There's no complaints there. But if it was me racing in this, I would simply drive all the tracks for a number of laps with all the cars and then find out what my best lap time would be off of all those results. I'm assuming that's what the drivers did here as well. Kiki finishing up lap 2, just now over a minute. It does spin out though. Pokers should be able to get a couple seconds here. 16, 17, 18 does get 2 seconds shaved off this previous best time. Blowerov with a 112.250. That's going to be at 3rd place overall as he starts his lap 3. Zig saying Cougar gets more speed in Downtown 1. I think you're right. I think that's what, I guess that's what it's got to be. It does look tough to maneuver that Downtown 1 with the Cougar, but they're able to use wall bounces to their advantage and things like that. Okay, so I think camera for these remaining 5 laps or so should really be on Kilobaris, Sting, Frost, Laggy Rock as well. Watching Bloberov finish off this lap in the time being. 3rd place overall. Doing very well for himself. It's been looking great on this lap as well. He takes on the outside through there, which is an interesting decision. Kiki is going to bump him at the tail end, and there goes Bloberov's hopes of improving his lap. Kind of rude, but it is what it is. Laggy Rock flipping off the beginning. Sting just now starting his lap 4. We'll turn into Sting for the time being. Kippy says, dirt surface is not suitable for Cougar. It is rather a Humma track. Okay, I'll take your word for it. For sure. That does make sense. Dirt does seem to be kind of crazy at times. Dirt do be crazy from time to time. Drop down moment here for Sting. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bellissimo. We've got to be careful through that area. Sting does manage to preserve through 45 at the turn. He's got a 110.888. Oh my god, what a wreck out of Sting. Okay, the resident Cougar champion has weighed in. Well, nothing more to say about that then, I suppose. We do see Matty with his work cut out for him here, struggling to get below 119 best lap. But there's Nick on the Cougar, or I'm sorry, on the Hummer, not doing too much better for himself. No shade. As he finishes up at 118, 119. Let's see. We got Kilobaris, Lampert, Stingox, Laggy Rock, Ashen, and Bloberov. So, some interesting names up there on the list. Let's see. Let's see who we got. Actually, let's look at this turn. This turn has been a killer, right? So let's take an extra moment here to look at this turn, because we got a bunch of drivers taking it at the same time. Ooh, Bloberov quite well through there. Ashen falling down into the water. I knew it had to be somebody. Makakowski getting a new best lap for himself. 111.473. It's not quite going to put him up there. Actually, it will. It'll put him right ahead of Ashen. Bloberov connecting with the tables. Let's look at Ashen here for lap 6 to 9. Bit of a wild way through that waterfall sequence. He did recover. But you saw, I think Sting was at 45 at the turn. Whoa, so is Ashen. Absolutely blitzing through that porch area. 52 as he drops down. Bloberov, who seems to have wrecked. I hope Ashen gets a clean final turn. See, he's kind of in his head about it. Big turn. Gonna be good. Gonna be good. 105, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, just barely improves on his time. But unfortunately, he's already been knocked out of that top 6 by the time everything is said and done. So let's see. Kilobaris is the one to watch. Beautiful recovery by Kila. Awkward, awkward, awkward. But he manages to survive. I don't think that's going to be a new best lap time for him, though. Let's look a little bit further back. Here's a Frostbitten. 15 seconds in as he takes the ramp jump. Okay, tumultuous, but full recovery, not quite. That will be that. Let's tune into Nick here. Nick has managed to cut down his his best lap by about 2 seconds. Unfortunate bounce there. Frost the new... Oh, Frost is leading. Frost the first one to get a sub 110. Let's tune in, see who we can catch here. Is there anyone... Okay, maybe we can get Laggy Rock. Okay, Laggy Rock is waiting. Now he's going to go for it. Okay. He's going to be resetting. Let's see Frost with our current race lead as he starts lap 8. Barely getting in there. Drop down. Oh, doesn't overshoot it. Very close. Slows it down through there. But look at the speed while he drives in the water. Yeah, Ranch is absolutely getting torn up by these Hummus. One minute as he turns. I don't think it's going to be enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my, that was really, really close, but no cigar. Lap 9 of 9. Let's see Kilobaris here. Kilobaris, 45 right there. I don't think it's going to cut it. Makakowski, neither. Bloberov looking good. Caught up a little bit. He could recover and do better than his 112, 250, I think. Awkward exit there. Flips his car. Ashton, 111, 620. But he is going to be going over a minute now here as well. Maybe Sting. Sting with the 110. 774. He's got a couple of people he can pass up. A number of people he can pass. But now he's already over 102. And no way, no way. I guess we can watch our... actually, no, we got pokers here. 35. Takes it wide. And again... Okay. Okay. Drop down at 54. Not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. And now let's watch Top and Anakin. Top defending 121, 754. And see the issue I think something that a lot of drivers have to consider is with this strategy session, there is another variable with it being best lap time. So, like, if you're driving a really slow car on a really long lap, like Ranch, where they only got 9 attempts at a best lap, that in general is going to bring up your lap time more than if you had just drive the slower car on a shorter track with a shorter best lap time. IMO. It does seem like that's kind of been the philosophy that a lot of these drivers had. For example, Elementary 1, we saw a ton of Vulcan turbos. I think we've only got 2 tracks left. We've got Grissville and we've got Rooftops. We got a lot of people who have not driven Aquasonic. A lot of people who have not driven... What else we got? Pest Control as well, I do believe. Pest Control has just kind of been an oddball through and through. Looks like Aquasonic is the weapon of choice here for Grissville for a lot of people. V on the Pest Control, and I can't help but wonder if that's going to be a serious challenge for him through that grassy area. Maybe if we got some Pest Control fans in the chat, you can weigh in on how badly you think that Pest Control is affected by grass. I really like to drive oddball cars, so I do have a pretty good deal of experience with Pest Control. I would say grass is pretty challenging, and it looks like anybody who was on Pest Control has since switched off. We've got a couple Vulcan turbos, but my my philosophy isn't really holding true here because we got Grisville, which is only 11 laps, that is not being driven with those upper tier cars. We had Elementary 1 with 21 laps, Aspenside with 22 laps, but I do think the caveat there for Aspenside is that Mouse was doing quite well on it compared to some of these other tracks. For example, Rooftops with a ton of ramp jumps and stuff. But yeah, interested to see, just kind of philosophizing. Zig says Grisville is a nice track for Pest, to be honest. Okay. All right. Kippy, Sting should switch to Cougar to make that legendary tutorial. I did see him say in chat that the Hummer tutorial was a lie. Okay, we see a couple of Cougars, Ashen and Frost on the Cougar. I do want to say, I feel like, at least during my time, but I think in general, Aquasonic is a very solid car in its class. It's a car that gets a lot of playtime in its class. So I think these drivers should be feeling very comfortable with their performance capabilities on Aquasonic. Grass, completely fine. There's no major turn through that grass. I think you're right, Zig. I think you're absolutely right. Let's see how they approach this area here, though. Straightforward jump. They will be able to make that with the Aquasonic. Good to go. Perfect lineup there. And you try to do that with a Mouse. I don't know if it's going to work quite as cleanly. You do see those Cougars getting caught up in the mix there a bit. Kilobaris finishing out his lap with the sub 50. Looking like the only sub 50 so far, and he did it with full half a second to spare. Air2 called it. Air2 called it. It did look like Ashton was having some issues with the jump on that Cougar. Kilobaris 30 as he exits the roof. Beautiful. We do have some more 40. Oh my god. Okay, that is Makakowski with a sub 45. Kilobar is not quite able to best his previous lap. There's a Cougar ripping through. Awkward, but he makes it work. Let's see it. He's on fire. Good jump. Beautiful. Wow. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Oh, not quite. So close. So close. Who else we got? We got Sting with the 49-2. Far ways away from Makakowski. But Laggy Rock is currently leading the field. Got 30 as he exits. Fighting there. 30. Okay, Kiki looking good for his lap. Oh. Oh, wow. Dodging the door. Now can he dodge Anakin? Gonna use Anakin to his advantage to get the inside. And, oh, barely, barely, barely. Why is this not Greaseville reverse? Am I right? What were the map choosers thinking? Not doing Greaseville reverse here. Maggie Rock still holding on to top 5. 49.383. We're going to watch him from the start of his lap. Whoa! He tries to take it so far inside. Doesn't work out for him according to plan. Frost on the Cougar. Let's watch him finish up this lap. Ah, rough entry through the doorway. Let's see who we got. Who we got. Anyone. Okay. Kilobar is not going to cut it there. Kotick. Tune into Kotick here. Kotick has been competitive on a number of tracks. This one, look, it looks good. 30 at the jump. This could be great for him. Awkward bump. Force him to kind of redirect. And he gets caught up. V, good time here as well. V has been killing it today on these best lap races. 44, 45, 46, 47. Oh, it's good. It's good. Only about 100 milliseconds. I expect it to be even better, but hey, he will take that. Moving into probably about 7th, 8th position with that time. Nick starting his lap 6 with the unamused cat skin. Interesting. Cats do love fish. And they also hate ramps, apparently, as well. Lampert with the AMW. Trying to make it work. Makakowski and Frost all getting below 45. We got Top on the R6 Turbo as well. Alright, taking it over to Sting. He is going to set up, start off his lap 7 proper. Start it proper. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that again. The jump into the turn. Oh, hello. Yep. Who else we got? Poker 72. On the Vulcan. Look at Makakowski tearing through. He's not even going to go for the jump. Could this be better? Surely this is not better. Nope. Kilobaris halfway through. 27, 28, 29. This is not looking like the makings of a new best lap for me. We'll go ahead and flip through. Bloberov, lap 8. $27, $28, $29, $30. Good enough. Could cut his time down. Bunch of people getting caught off. Sting. Running into Makakowski. Let's see Laggy Rock finish up his lap. 46, 47, 48, 49. Not quite. Very close, very close. Let's tune into Lampert. He's on the AMW. That's right. Okay, back to Laggy Rock. Makakowski still outdoing Frost for the overall best time by about 100 milliseconds. Good jump. Ashen lets him pass. Thank you, Ashen. 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Barely, barely, barely. Not going to be enough of an improvement for him, though. Nick and Kilabaris. Nick going to start his lap 10. Watch him go through. Unfortunate for Nicholas. Kilabaris on his V on his final lap. Up. Blubberov on his final lap. Good. Can he do it? Can he do it? It's been so clean through here, but I don't know if he's got the speed. 47, 48, 49. Not quite for Bloberov. Oh, Sting caught up in it. Maddie. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. The big moment for Maddie. 46, 47, 48, 49. It will still be a great improvement over his previous time. About half a second improvement. Did Nick finish, Frost, 44.427. 44.334. Not going to be able to beat Makakowski. Top finishing off his lap as well as Ashen. And that will be that. Anakin's still going in. Anakin could beat his lap as well. 55.633. Let's see it. 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. He did it. 100 millisecond improvement. Again, y'all, as we move into the final lap, keep in mind, you don't have to beat people in the race. You just have to get the best lap time that you possibly can. And if your best lap times all add up to be the lowest number, the lowest time, then you won. So it's actually not about beating people. For example, we saw Frost and Makakowski winning this by a large margin in the Cougar. But we will head into our final track. This is all down to the last car that you have left. Gonna be taking it to rooftops. We've got a lot of Aquasonic that is going to be switching to Pest Control. For Pest Control, we got a Humma. Maddie on the Humma. More Pest Controls. Top on the Humma. Kotick on the Cougar. Majority will be Pest Control. Looks like we got some Aquasonics in there, though. And I can tell you one thing. There will certainly be blood on these rooftops. There will certainly be blood on the rooftops. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much for sure. With all these pest controls. Shout out to that track. Where did that track go? Am I right? Where did that track go? It's just going to be DC rooftops. So many different rooftop tracks. We got Rooftop Escape. We got Fiddlers on the Rooftops. We got Rooftops DC. We got Blood on the Rooftops. It is going to be the classic DC here. Humma. Whoa. Maddie. Whoa. Unfortunate. Aquasonic should be, I mean, just a super solid car here. Should be pretty solid wherever you put it. But you know what I'm really interested in, folks? I'm really interested to see how these pest controls can perform. And man, this is looking to be such a solid pest control map. Lampert putting it on display, exactly why pest control is the choice here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 47,792 for him with the wall bank to start off the lap. No one picking Mouse here. I can't imagine why Mouse would not be the choice for this. Respect being shown by Kotick. He does eventually get on the inside with the Cougar. Wrap around. Okay. And despite Lampert's extremely clean driving, he is actually not in the top 6 from that first lap. Let's see if he can get in there on the second lap. 43, 4, 5, 6. Should be good to go. 46,834. Wow. And look at these lap times. Maddie, 41,392. Top, 41,692. Of course, those are different cars being represented. But we got Kilobaris, 45,235. Let's see him do lap 3. Wow. And look at him go. 43, 44, 45. Not quite. Not quite going to best his previous lap, but that was such a solid lap. Kiki. Oh my goodness. Look at the speed. Hunting down Kilobaris. Beautiful. Not the cleanest. Not able to preserve the speed being the main issue there. Kiki going wide on that jump, or is it inside on that jump? Regardless, very cool way to approach that jump, and it seemed to have worked out pretty well, but I don't think that will be able to recover the lap for him. Got Top on the Humma, 41,371. Second best lap overall. Shout out to Top. Let's see if he can get a better lap for. No, slowing it down, recognizing that's not going to make use of a best lap. Make sure he gets some better top speed as he heads into lap 5 for himself. Frost on the Aqua Sonic here on the rooftops. Ooh. Does he go on the outside as well? Yes, he does. Whoa, I like it a lot. It didn't work out, but that is very smooth. That is very smooth. What a clean way to cut down on overall lap time here at this pretty straightforward final track. Very nice attempt by Frost. Bloberov, you can see, not as seasoned as a pest control driver as some of the others, but I will say through the second half of this lap, it has been exceptional. Well done by Bloberov overall. V, failing that wall bounce to start off. Laggy Rock is who will turn into. Laggy Rock is, I want to say he's a driver I've seen race with the pest control a couple different times. He does have that 45.7, which is not bad at all. Laggy Rock is not even a best lap driver, by the way. He has been doing so well for himself, but if you watch endurance events with Laggy Rock, he is actually one of the slowest as far as getting those best lap times, as far as setting the pace. This guy is a consistency driver. This is not the best setup for him. He will collide with V, and it will probably impact his lap as well, but I gotta give a shout out to Laggy Rock. So he's been doing exceptionally well here at this best lap session, which really is geared against him as far as format goes. Nick getting a 45.563. Not quite able to squeeze into the top 6. See how he does on lap 7. We do have Kilabaris with 45.235. I think he's the fastest out of the pest controls. Bump from Nick. 27.5 as Kilabaris hops over that ramp, noted for future laps. Kilabaris takes it too narrow. Let's see Pokers finish out his lap. 42, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not going to be able to set a new best lap for himself. But let's stay locked into our Cougars as well. We've got Sting driving on the Cougar. I think, yeah, 42.334. So a pretty minor advantage for him racing against these pest controls, all things considered. I think he should be able to cut down that time a bit. See what he can do. .36 as Pokers jumps over. It's going to be a close one. Barely. A minor improvement for Pokers, but an improvement all the same. As Nick colliding behind him. But I think we got to flip over to Kilabaris for at least a lap. Look at Nick. Ah, unfortunate swerve there. And being blocked by Pokers as well. I'm not going to be able to cut it. Let's tune into Kilabaris. Just now starting lap 10 for Kilabaris. 45.235 for himself. Doesn't go for the broom skip. Hate to see that. But let's see about the side jump. Nope, just takes it normally. Not even trying to deal with it. Bobrov letting Kilabaris by. Much respect. 30. I'm just ticking over 35 as he jumps over. Should be a great lap for him. 41, 42, 3, 4, 5. Barely short of setting another best lap for himself. In the meanwhile, Sting, he has gotten a sub 42. He's trying to improve on that further. He's got 2 laps left to do it. Meanwhile, Kiki just going straight for it. Not quite. Close for Kiki as well. Kiki about a half a second behind Kilabaris at this point. Let's see what Sting can do on the Cougar. Actually, we got Top with a new best lap. Let's see what Top's doing. Top on the Hummer. 41.254. Best lap overall in the race. Anakin trying to fight with Top. 0.3 seconds. 39, 40, 41, not quite. What about Anakin here? Anakin already finishing up. Okay. V, 40 as he jumps up. Close. Oh my God, Keela gets a 45-120 there at the tail end. Wow, if that does not lock him up the dub, I don't know what will. We did have some Aquasonics, 46-138, very respectable Aquasonic finish against the Pest Control. But oh my God, Keela Boris has outdone himself once again. Insane. GG's coming out. Now, for those of you who want to know what the final score is, make sure you stick around. I'll be waiting. Anyone who wants to wait alongside, we'll just be waiting for Nick to finish up the scoreboard, and then we'll get it sent over to ourselves, and we'll show you all the results. So hang tight, but I do think that was probably Keela Boris locking in the W there. Very impressive showing by him. We did have some oddballs though, and we have to account for those because it's very possible that someone who didn't go with the prevailing strategy actually, you know, for example, if you're driving a slow car while everyone else is driving a fast car, and then you're driving the fast car while everyone else is driving the slow car, you're not really going to get calculated in with the mix as much. You know, as just one caster who's kind of doing it as he goes along. You know, I don't have a scoreboard with me showing the exact overall timings or anything. So it is possible that drivers got through. But regardless, if I had to put my money on anyone, it would be Keela Boris for a second week in a row. Very impressive showing. We also have Top and Bloberov back on the chat. Welcome into y'all. Y'all both doing exceptionally well as well. I think Top winning the best lap for that final rooftops race. We had Bloberov getting in the mix in a number of places with that best lap time. I don't know if you ultimately finished out with that, you know, top 3, top 4 best lap finish, but you definitely had your name on the board there for a good margin of our races overall. Very impressive showing from Bloberov as well. And, you know, for the time being, I guess I shouldn't say starting soon. I should say results soon. We are just waiting for the results, and then I'll post them up here so y'all can see. Oh my goodness, those results were up quick. Let me get those saved, and then y'all will be able to see them as well. Results coming in shortly. Don't go anywhere. And here it is. Yes, it was what we guessed. Keela Boris winning by just short. Actually, whoa, I was going to say a second, but no. Winning by what? Like 150 milliseconds? Maybe a little bit more than that? Wow. Frost, a serious challenger there to Keela Boris. Very impressive performance by both of them. Frost coming back after a huge break to nab second place, almost getting first from Kilabaris, who has just been a force of nature lately in the Revolt scene in general, especially in the start of the year tournament, making some serious noise with 2 back-to-back first place finishes. Kilabaris, a lot of people were talking about week 1 was an RNG fiesta, and yet Kilabaris has managed to find 2 first places in a row. First week was very decisive. First place finish, so hey, challenging that claim a little bit, although of course the people saying that, I'm sure Kilabaris would agree, there was a degree of RNG, sure, but Kilabaris with an incredible performance regardless, and let's see if he can carry that momentum all the way through, or if somebody's going to be able to disrupt it. Stingox with, I believe, what is his second third place in a row. We talked about he did reverse the curse, the second place curse, but he reversed it with a third. So not exactly the best way to reverse the curse, but 2 third places for him. Definitely still in range to bring things back. Excited to see what the future holds for Frost as well. Another player who deserves a big shout out, 2 of them actually, Makakowski and V, getting 4th and 5th place. Makakowski, very common name in the community, of course, for a long time now, but getting that 4th place, strong statement from him, just falling short of that podium, missing podium by about a half a second. We also have V for Vendetta, putting up a strong 5th place finish. Huge shout out to him, almost beating his RVA comrade in Makakowski, almost dethroning him there. We've got Kiki in 6th, Laggy Rock 7th, which, shout out to Laggy Rock as well, with a 7th place finish at an event that's not really geared towards his personal strategy, more of a consistency driver, but he made the best laps happen today. So we move down the list. Nick in 8th, beating out Lampert in 9th. Bloberov just barely missing out on the single digits there with 10th place. Ashen 11th. Had some great moments. Also was one of those players who was not afraid to diverge from the main line consensus on what was the best car. So respect to Ashen for that. Poker's 12th. Kotick in 13th. Top 14th with a brilliant rooftops finish there in 1st place. Maddie 15th, and Anakin in 6th place with a great rooftops performance as well. Shout out to the chat. We have Kilabaris and Top as well as Bloberov in here as well. Shout out to y'all. Much love to y'all. This was a great... I feel like I fell short as a cameraman. So I do have to apologize a little bit to the audience. I feel like I missed the mark a bit on that, but I had a great time covering it. I hope y'all enjoyed the action as well. And so we'll also pull up the overall results after 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and get that. GG Pokers, GG, much love. It was great to have you in here. Okay, and so Kilabaris 2 back-to-back first place. Sting with the back-to-back thirds. Kiki with a 17-pointer second place to start off into 11 for week 2. And there's other Frost with that 0 on week 1, but turning it into a 7th place overall. So Kilabaris, Stingox, and Kiki going to be our podium for the time being. And Kilabaris starts to break away here, folks. Kilabaris is already 10 points up over the rest of the competition. And keep in mind, that's like if Sting got first, and I guess that's a bad comparison, but basically there's a 5-point differential between first and third. So somebody needs to start making some headway on Kilabaris. If Kilabaris gets second and you get first, that means you need to win like 3 races, no, more than 3 races compared to Kilobaris' second places, because you only get a 3-point advantage from first over second. So someone has got to start challenging Kilobaris here. Hopefully a number of people. Of course, don't get me wrong. Nothing against Kilobaris, but it always is good to see the underdog stories as well. And Kilobaris has just simply been tearing it up so far. Not much more to say about it. But that will conclude week 2 of 2025 start of the year tournament. Makakowski got 0 plus 13 into 26. The sheet is broken a little bit, but I almost certainly remember Makakowski racing last week. So I think that was just maybe a clerical error, because I'm seeing V got a 0, 12, 24. So maybe they also just had, maybe it's some kind of error that's not showing stuff properly. But good point. We will get that figured out when we do. Blubberov up in 8th. Yeah, getting 7 points for himself each session, 14 points overall. Not bad. All right, so looking forward, what do we have next? Looks like up next is going to be the Perks Knockout. Okay. Be interesting to see some more details on that. Perks Knockout. Okay. Oh, wait. We do have some more details. It's Twisted Knockout. I'm not sure if... Okay, it does... It looks like it's been renamed Perks Knockout or renamed Twisted Knockout, one or the other. Knockout session. Last player in the race gets eliminated, with additional perks picked by the winner of the race. Your position in KO determines your position in the session. Finale is played as a best of 5 between the last 2 drivers. So you try to get to the top 2, and then you go into a best of 5 with your opponent, who's either first or second. But apparently there's some kind of additional perks if you win the race. So if you play to win instead of play to survive, you'll get rewarded with some additional perks. We'll see what those are. Yeah, no worries, Nick. I think it was just a kind of a visual bug. Nothing too major there. But yeah, we've got a lot more action to look forward to. Not just the knockout session, but also Stock Track's best 10 laps picks off and on. We're going to have Endurance Race, Star Racers, and Strategy in-game. So that will be that. We are going to head out for now. Again, podium going to be Kilobaris, Stingox, and Kiki. Those are the drivers to beat. Top 5 going to include Lampert and Laggy Rock. We got a number of racers trying to get in there, a number of racers on the edge of getting knocked out of there. So you'll have to keep tuning in each week at 20 UTC. That's 3 p.m. East Coast time for all my North America East Coast viewers. Shout out to all, probably 0 of y'all. Wait, maybe 1, maybe Bloberov. You might be Central though. You might be Central. Or you might be West Coast as, I mean, hey, it's a big world out there. Who knows where we're all living in it. But it is going to be 20 UTC, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I am going to be headed out for now. It's been a pleasure. And we'll see you next time. Much love. Peace.